Is Sunday worship biblical, or is it man-made tradition? If God wrote you a letter with his own finger, would you follow it? Would you take it seriously? Now here's the shocker. He did. It's called the Ten Commandments. But there's one commandment almost every modern Christian ignores. The fourth one, the Sabbath. The only commandment where God says, remember. Yet it's the one most forgot. Why? Most Christians worship on Sunday. But here's the question. Is Sunday worship biblical or just traditional? Let's go back to the foundation. Genesis 2:2-3 says, "And on the seventh day God ended his work, and he rested, and God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it." That's the first time the Sabbath appears, not with Moses, not with the Jews, but at creation, before sin, before nations, before religion. God made it holy. No other day carries that divine signature. Fast forward to Exodus 20:8-11. The fourth commandment says, "Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. The seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God." Now ask yourself, what day is the seventh day? Not according to culture, but according to the Bible. The Jews have kept the Sabbath on the seventh day, Saturday, for thousands of years. Even modern calendars testify to it. Saturday is the seventh day, Sunday is the first. So where did Sunday worship come from? It's not in the Ten Commandments. It's not commanded by Jesus. It's not taught by the apostles. In fact, there is not one verse in the entire Bible that says God changed the Sabbath to Sunday. Jesus himself said in Matthew 5:18, "Till heaven and earth pass, not one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law." Has heaven and earth passed away? No. Then God's law still stands, including the Sabbath. You might say, but Jesus rose on Sunday. That's true. But did he ever command us to keep that day holy? Did the apostles switch their worship to Sunday to honor his resurrection? No. Acts 17:2 says, Paul's custom was to keep the Sabbath. Acts 13:42-44 shows both Jews and Gentiles gathered on the Sabbath. So who changed it? History tells us, in AD 321, Roman Emperor Constantine, a pagan sun worshipper, passed a civil law declaring Sunday, the venerable day of the sun, as a day of rest. Later, the Roman Catholic Church admitted they changed the day. In their own words, the Church transferred the observance from the seventh day to the first. The Convert's Catechism of Catholic Doctrine. So, if Sunday worship isn't biblical, why do most Christians follow it? Tradition, not truth. Jesus warned in Mark 7:7-9, "In vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. You reject the commandment of God that you may keep your own tradition." This is serious. God is calling his people back to obedience, not man's ideas, but God's word. Revelation 14:12 describes his end-time people as those who keep the commandments of God and have the faith of Jesus. That includes the fourth commandment. That includes the Sabbath. So we ask again, is Sunday worship biblical? No, it's not found in God's word. It's a man-made tradition rooted in paganism and papal authority. But the seventh-day Sabbath, blessed, sanctified, and commanded by God, remains untouched, unchanged, and eternal. Now the choice is yours. Will you follow tradition, or will you follow truth?